organization of the oracle. Personnel. Though little is known of how the priestess was chosen, the Pythia was probably selected, at the death of her predecessor, from amongst a guild of priestesses of the temple. These women were all natives of Delphi and were required to have led a pure life and be of good character. Although some were married, upon assuming their role as the Pythia, the priestesses ceased all family responsibilities, marital relations, and individual identity. In the heyday of the oracle, the Pythia may have been a woman chosen from a prominent family, well educated in geography, politics, history, philosophy, and the arts. In later periods, however, uneducated peasant women were chosen for the role, which may explain why the poetic pentameter or hexameter prophecies of the early period, later were made only in prose. The archaeologist John Hale reports, the Pythia was, on occasion, a noble of aristocratic family, sometimes a peasant, sometimes rich, sometimes poor, sometimes old, sometimes young, sometimes a very lettered and educated woman to whom somebody like the high priest and the philosopher Plutarch would dedicate essays, other times who could not write her own name. So it seems to have been aptitude rather than any ascribed status that made these women eligible to be Pythias and speak for the god. Working in the role of the Pythia did allow for upward mobility of social standing. The job of a priestess, especially the Pythia, was a respectable career for Greek women. Priestesses enjoyed many liberties and rewards for their high societal position, such as freedom from taxation, the right to own property and attend public events, a salary and housing provided by the state, a wide range of duties depending on their affiliation, and often gold crowns. During the height of the oracle's popularity, as many as 3 women served as Pythia, another vestige of the triad, with 2 taking turns in giving prophecy and another kept in reserve. Plutarch said that the Pythia's life was shortened through the service of Apollo. The sessions were said to be exhausting. At the end of each period the Pythia would be like a runner after a race or a dancer after an ecstatic dance. It clearly must have had a physical effect on the health of the Pythia. Several other officials served the oracle in addition to the Pythia. After 200 BC at any given time there were 2 priests of Apollo, who were in charge of the entire sanctuary. Plutarch, who served as a priest in the late 1st century and early 2nd century AD, gives us the most information about the organization of the oracle at that time. Before 200 BC, while the temple was dedicated to Apollo, there was probably only 1 priest of Apollo. Priests were chosen from among the leading citizens of Delphi, and were appointed for life. In addition to overseeing the oracle, priests would also conduct sacrifices at other festivals of Apollo, and had charge of the Pythian games. Earlier arrangements, before the temple became dedicated to Apollo, are not documented. The other officials associated with the oracle are less well understood. These are the Osii, holy ones, and the Prophetae, singular prophetess. Prophetess is the origin of the English word prophet, but a better translation of the Greek word might be one who speaks on behalf of another person. The Prophetae are referred to in literary sources, but their function is unclear. It has been suggested that they interpreted the Pythia's prophecies, or even reshaped her utterances into verse, but it has also been argued that the term prophetess is a generic reference to any cult officials at the sanctuary, including the Pythia. There were 5 OCE, whose responsibilities are unclear, but may have been involved in some way with the operation of the oracle.